Hi everyone, I'm Luis from luisreviewer.com, here doing another little video blog for you. I'm gonna be talking on this video. Um, Yesterday or Friday, we got the release of the Let It Be 50th anniversary edition. Of course, it was delayed because the album was released in 1970, not 1971. So. But we got the super deluxe edition that we've been getting since Sgt. Pepper. You know, is Giles Martin and his crew doing new remixes of the Beatles albums. And I wanted to do this video. I'm not gonna do the review per se of the Let It Be set because I haven't received it yet physically. So I want to look at it. But I wanted to do a little video ranking the releases that we've gotten so far in terms of content. I'm not going to be judging the packaging because some packages are more nice than others, but I want to judge the content of what we've been getting and maybe go from the I love them all, but the one that I least liked to my favorite so far. Of course, I say you know, I am not a huge fan of the 2009 remastered. I don't know. I feel like they're different from the CDs that were released in 1989, and I don't know. I don't know. I'm not a big fan of them, but I am a big fan of what Giles Martin has been doing. I have to say that I love how it sounds. I think it sounds great. I think it sounds better. You can hear clearer the instrument, the voices. So I do like what Giles Martin has been doing. And I'm hoping that it does it for every record. So I don't know. I mean, once we got Sgt. Pepper, I kind of knew that we would get the White Album, Abbey Road, and Let It Be. I kind of thought maybe because the 50th anniversary was yet to be, so you knew they were coming. You had more chances of getting those. From Sgt. Pepper and before, they have already passed and they did nothing. But I'm hoping that even though, I mean, you don't need an anniversary date to actually do what they've been doing. I would love for them to do it anyway, especially with Help, Revolver, and Rubber Soul. I mean, if you do it for those three records, I would be happy and satisfied. I mean, I would love for all the records to get this treatment. But those three records for me, I mean, from Help to Let It Be, for me, all of them are just such great records. So I'm hoping that we get a treatment for those two. But there's no way of telling. I haven't heard or I haven't read even a rumor as to if we will be getting those released. You know, so I don't know. We'll see what happens, and I'm gonna look for my phone because in terms of Let It Be, I have it on digital. I don't have it yet so for the tracks I'm going to be using the phone. So anyway, I don't want to make this video ultra long, so I'm going to start by going from my least favorite. Of course, we got Sgt., White Album, Abbey, and Let It Be. So we have basically 4 releases so far. So it's just gonna be I'm gonna go from my least favorite to my ultra favorite release, and you know, I'm gonna start with the one that I've least. I mean, I loved it. It's great. This has nothing to do with being a bad product or not. But if I have to choose, I would choose that Abbey Road. I mean, yes, the album itself, it sounds amazing, and the packaging is just beautiful. I mean, yeah. And this is such an amazing album, but in terms of the content, is where I kind of was disappointed because a lot of what is included here we already got on the anthology, which is something that happened on Let It Be also. I mean, on all of them, but I think they could have gone different directions in terms of what we got here. Of course, I mean, yes, I mean the content is great. Anything you get from the Beatles is great, but I mean, I expected a few things. Like for example, when it comes to "Here Comes the Sun," there is a version on YouTube where they discovered a guitar solo that George did. So that would have been interesting to have, but they didn't include it. So, of course, I mean, it's hard to please everyone, and I'm sure everyone will want different things. I'm just going with what I wanted to hear that didn't get. Also, there's some I read and it's on the book that for something John Lennon on one of the takes did kind of this piano coda, and that is not even on YouTube. So that would have been great to hear it, even though they say that he used it on Remember. But I think it would have been interesting to get that version instead of the demos, because we got something, but I think they were all demos. You see, studio demo, so which we got on the anthology, similars. So I think it would have been interesting to get a kind of a different aspect of it, or maybe an out a session take or whatever. I don't know how many. When it comes to something, we got the studio demo, and that's it. I don't think we have it again. And take 39, but take 39 is the strings only, which to me, and I know it's his father, but I don't personally I don't need to listen to an instrumental version of their songs to recognize George Martin's greatness. So when it comes to these releases, just give me the Beatles. Just give me the Beatles stuff. Again, that's just me, and and or if you're going to include the strings only, then include something else because. But again, that's in terms of the what I wanted, I was a little bit let down by they're not being included. But the rest is great. I mean, the rest. I mean, Goodbye demo, the different outtakes that are included, they sound great. The long one, the different order of the songs. I mean, it's still a Beatles collection, and it's still great. But of all the releases, this is the one that I could say that I've least, or maybe I had more expectation of it in terms of what we got. Okay, so moving on now, I would have to say that the one that would have to follow Abbey Road, I think it would have to be Let It Be. Again, maybe it's expectations, because I've read books that detail all the songs that they went through and rehearsed. And what frustrates me is that they include a lot of songs that were already on the anthology. For example, the Oh Darling version is already on the anthology. Give me something else. Give me something different. Give me something that has not been released. But that's just me. And I love the collection. I mean, to hear the band rehearsing All Things Must Pass, Something Again, even the John Lennon, which became a John Lennon song later, Give Me Some Truth. I love the fact that I got a lot of versions of Let It Be, and that I got the video version of the song, which Paul sings the lyric, There Will Be No Sorrow, which I think is a beautiful word. I don't know why he didn't sing it on other takes of the song. It's still a great collection, and again, I think we Beatles fans just want so much, and since I've read and I had a book where they list it, and I know not all of them were theirs, but you know, for example, in the Let It Be Naked, there's snippets of Because I Love You So, which was an early song that they were just having fun tackling. I know you're not gonna have a recording, but it would have been nice to have them as in the collection. Also, I mean, but you know, I mean, to have Dig It complete. The jams, it's still great. It's a great collection. I love the album Let It Be. I love the how it sounds now. It's a great collection. But in terms of what maybe what I wanted, I guess I wanted a little bit more or less things released on the anthology, which is what I felt. There was a version of I Got a Feeling that it's also, or at least too similar to me on the anthology. So it was great to have them talking while rehearsing and all that. So it's still great. Of course, I've heard some people say that they should have included the rooftop full concert. And I agree. I agree. It would have been amazing. But maybe, but I think that will be released somehow, somewhere along the line, apart. I do believe so. I don't know. I just have that feeling that they're just keeping a few things for the future, maybe. But it's still a super collection. I did love it. But yeah, I wanted that. I wanted a few of those songs that I read that they recorded. But again, maybe it's all about myth than reality. But the main thing for me was the Teddy Boy version is the one we got on the anthology. So I don't know if that was really the version Glenn Johns was gonna use, because John was kidding around on the track. So those kind of things, well, kind of made me wish for a little bit more. But still, great collection. Anything you can have on the Beatles, it's great. So anyway, but in terms of content and to put them in how I feel about them, I think Let It Be will go third. So second, I'm gonna go with Sergeant Pepper, and of course this was the first one that we got, Sergeant Pepper, and this one does not have that many unreleased songs, but it's such an amazing collection. And in terms of the content, I mean, it's great to have the documentary of the making of Sergeant Pepper, which I remember seeing that on the Disney Channel way back when. I think even before I was a big fan of the band. So I think to have the content in terms, it was such a groundbreaking album that to hear the records kind of bear down as they were rehearsing, or the different takes of the songs, I think made this such an interesting thing to hear. Of course, I'm a huge fan of Strawberry Fields, and you got a lot of versions of Strawberry Fields on this record, which I love. So in terms of that, I think it's great. It's great. She's Living Home. I think that was an instrumental thing, which I think it would have been better. Another take of them vocals, maybe, I don't know. And it sounds amazing. I mean, Giles again just did an amazing job on this record. So I mean, just really great. So when that leaves my favorite of the remasters and my favorite album of all time, but I'm not picking it just because it's my favorite record. The White Album. I mean, talk about content. Of course, the album themselves, remastered, sounds amazing, but to get the demos that they recorded, 27 acoustic songs. This could be like the Beatles unplugged, and the tracks. I mean, they really, most of them are complete songs recorded on the acoustic guitar, which is great. And none of them were. I think, I don't know, but a few, maybe one or two of the Escher demos, I think, were released on the anthology. So it was great. I mean, I think Happiness Is a Warm Gun was released, and I don't know which other one. But it was great. I mean, and you got versions of Child of Nature, which was not included on the anthology. So it's great. I mean, and then you got the sessions, and you get a lot of. I mean, I love the outtakes included in here, and you get them studio jams. I mean, the content on this one, and you get 3 CDs of outtake, which is great. So I mean, in terms of the content, this is just such a great package, and the book is great. The only thing is that it's white, and I'm gonna buy one pretty soon, where just to have it as a collectible, because this one kind of got it, and this is kind of a fading away. Since this is my favorite album, I want to get it like one version where I don't have to open it and have it sealed. just to keep it always. So anyway, so my favorite of the remastered of the 50th anniversary editions is the White Album because of the content. Again, of course, it's my favorite record, but judging the content and what is included, I think this one has a lot of interesting stuff in it. All of them do, but I think this one has the most of the most interesting things included. And I can't wait to get my physical version of Let It Be because I want to read. I just read the book Get Back, which it's also been released this week, and it was great. There's a video review of that book apart. So anyway, that's I just wanted to talk a little bit about it. I love talking about the Beatles, and I'm really thankful for this, for all of the deluxe editions that we're getting, because even if, I mean, we're Beatles fans, we always want more, but with the things we're getting are really great, and they serve as an insight to the band working and how their genius really works. So when I do this video, it has in no way saying that there's anything wrong with the packages. I'm just saying that maybe I had a different, or maybe I wanted to have included a few things that were not included, and that's like the only reason I can give. But they're all great packages, and I really enjoyed all of them. Like I said, I hope we get the same treatment for Help, Rubber Soul, and Revolver. We're gonna have to wait and see what happens with those. So anyway, that's the video that I wanted to do right now. So I hope, remember, follow me on Facebook, World of Entertainment, my webpage, www.luisrevere.com, or my channel here on YouTube if you want. Take care. Bye.